Oh boy, we have a COD. What do we want to see from Sargon? Patreon is in serious legal trouble, and we have the canceling of J.K. Rowling. This is about Lindsay Ellis. Although we also have the CNN just scalped Tucker Carlson's lead writer. Let's check that out. Because I'm curious what he has to say about CNN. I wonder if he's another person who's going to say, CNN is left-leaning. It's the most leftist network. No, it's not. They're very corporatist. Simpotent says, let's say you've been a... Oh, no. I am not reading that. Yeah, that is a Ben Shapiro parody, though. Very funny.
Just managed to scalp Tucker Carlson's chief writer, apparently, according to this hit piece that they have done about him. This is something that I've been watching for a while as the left...
Let's see what... I know I heard about this story, but I didn't actually see. Tucker Carlson... writer. I know Tucker Carlson's writer resigns after posting some racist shit. Let's see what it was. Article from CNN. Editors note this article quotes racist, homophobic, and sexist language.
Writer for Fox News host Tucker
much of which
Carlson
has not been
resigned.
censored. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the screen, and I'll just read it out, and I will self-censor the racist stuff, so you'll get what it is, but I won't actually say it because TOS. Andrew Dickerson says, if I register to vote in a town I don't live in anymore, can I just drive there and vote there? Yeah, you're really not supposed to do that, though. You should really change your voter registration. But theoretically, yes. Top writer for Fox News host Tucker Carlson has The top writer for Fox News host Tucker Carlson has for years been using a pseudonym to post bigoted racist remarks on an online forum that is a hotbed for racist, sexist, and other offensive content, CNN Business learned this week. Just this week, the writer, Blake Neff, responded to a thread started by another user in 2018 with the subject line, would you let a oh no. Would you let a... How much of this can I even read? Trigger warning for anyone, this is going to be some super racist stuff against people of color. Obviously, I'm going to censor, but even without the censored, like, racial epitaph shit, it's, like, bad. Would you let a jet black Congo N-word do a LASIK eye surgery on you for 50% off? Jesus Christ. And this guy writes for Tucker Carlson. What a shock. Yeah, that's real bad. I thought this might be like, oh, I don't, yeah, it's pretty racist. No, that's fucking awful. That's disgusting. Oh no, and then they say, I wouldn't get LASIK from an Asian for free. Holy shit, this guy's a nightmare. On June 5th, Neff wrote, oh no. I'm just gonna summarize this one. He basically says crime is down because a bunch of African American men of color are inside playing Call of Duty. Yeah. Fuck this guy. Neff commented, oh god. There's so many for me to read, I hate it. On June, I'm just going to skip that one. On June 26th, Neff wrote, the only people who care about changing the names of the NFL's Washington Redskins are white libs and their university-educated pets. Oh no. That's absolutely untrue. And over the course of 5 years, Neff had maintained a lengthy thread in which he had derided a woman and posted information about her dating life that has invited others to mock her and invade her privacy. There has at times also been overlap between some material he posted or saw on the forum and Carlson's show. CNN Business contacted Neff for comment Thursday night. After he or someone acting on his behalf passed that email to Fox News spokespeople, a network spokesperson on Friday morning told CNN Business that Neff had resigned. A Fox News spokesperson said on Friday that Carlson could not be reached for comment. Neff did not respond for multiple requests for comments. Can you imagine how many people work for Fox News who are on these forums and just haven't been caught? I guarantee it. It's epithet, not epitaph. Oh, that's a gaffe on my part. Apologies. Misspoke. Andrew Dickerson says, I wish more conservatives would say slurs. That way it'd be easier to criticize them. True. Okay, let's continue. In a memo sent to the employees Sunday afternoon after this story was first published, Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott and President Jay Wallace condemned horrific racist, misogynistic, and homophobic behavior. You're Fox News! How do you get off trying to pretend like this isn't your bread and butter? You just have a mask on. Scott and Wallace said that Carlson would address the matter Monday on his show. Neff worked at Fox News for nearly 4 years and was Carlson's top writer. Previously, he was a reporter at the Daily Caller, a conservative news outlet that Carlson co-founded. In a recent article in the Dartmouth Alumni magazine, Neff said, anything Carlson is reading off the teleprompter, the first draft was written by me. He also acknowledged the show's influence, telling the magazine, we're very aware we do have that power to sway the conversation, so we try to use it responsibly. When asked in a 2018 appearance on Fox's The Five about the writing process for his show, Carlson said he spends hours working on scripts, but referred to Neff by name, saying he was a wonderful writer, and acknowledged his assistance, and Carlson credited Neff in the acknowledgement of his book, Ship of Fools, for providing research. In the acknowledgements, Carlson said that Neff and 2 others who helped with the book work on and greatly improve our nightly show on Fox. During the years that Neff wrote for him at Fox, Carlson has noted one of the most influential shows in cable news. In the last quarter, Carlson had not only the highest rated program in cable news, but the highest rated show in the history of cable news. Ew. Carlson also counts President Trump among his most loyal viewers. On multiple occasions, the president has tweeted out videos of Carlson's program, which is to say the script that Neff likely helped write, shape were being shared by the president of Fox News. Sick. Sick shit. Anyway, let's get back to Carl probably pretending like this is no big deal.
Say the left, because it is the left. It is all parts of the left. You've got people like Carlos Maza, the very radical communists, going, Tucker Carlson is a white supremacist. Then you've got CNN going, oh, Tucker Carlson's aides and writers are racist, all nipping at his heels. Any part of sort of Tucker's empire that they can break.
Carl, did you read the things he said on the forum? I just read them. They're awful. And even you, who normally has a mask on more than that, would have to, in order to preserve the mask, say that was wrong of him to do. He should have been fired.
They're trying to do so. And this article is just one piece in that. And this has been going on for quite some time. I'm sure you remember that the advertiser boycott of Tucker Carlson, that here the New York Times were advancing to get him, again, all just cancelled, demonetized, discredited, and taken off the air. Why do they want Tucker Carlson taken off the air?
Because he's a shitbag.
We'll go through what they've just done recently in a second. But why do they want him taken off the air? Well, that's because Tucker Carlson is smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. He has not just the highest rated cable news show, with something like 4.5 million viewers a night, he has the largest one in all of history.
That's fucking sad.
Tucker Carlson's monologues, and I don't know whether you've been watching them, but let's be honest, you probably should be, because as I've said before, he's speaking my language.
Again, remember that the guy who was talking about, quote, Black Congo and then the N-word, who wrote the scripts for Tucker Carlson, Sargon is saying they're speaking his language. I'm shocked.
He's singing from my hymn sheet. He's saying everything that I want to have said to millions of people. And so I couldn't be more thrilled. You should definitely follow me on Parler. At Parler, I'll leave a link in the description. At Sargon on Parler, sorry. I often post his monologues there if I agree with them, and if I don't, I'll say why I don't. But to be honest with you, every word a symphony. Recently, I've not had anything to critique with Tucker.
I don't even know what Parler is.
He's just been...
Is that another right-wing app they use to communicate because they keep getting banned everywhere else?
On the money and going as far as I would want him to go, which is my personal endorsement. I think he's doing a smashing job. But they want him cancelled, and they've been trying to do this for quite some time. And this is just the latest example of it. Look at the flimsiness with which they managed to force this chap into retiring. Now,
are you kidding, Sargon? Did you read what he said?
Resigning. But this is going to be a kind of...
He was in a group that was, like, blatantly fucking racist. It's like a white nationalist group, Sargon.
Politically understood thing internally. I don't think this will ruin the guy's career or anything like that.
It better ruin his fucking career.
Especially given how flimsy this is, right? So, writer Blake...
Look at, he even has it on screen, and he's like, this is flimsy. Jesus Christ. He's responding in a thread that says, would you let a... and then that. Do LASIK eye surgery for 50% off. And then he says, Neff wrote, I wouldn't get LASIK from an Asian for free, so no. Sargon, are you fucking serious?
Neff used to post on some secret forum. We don't know which forum it is.
This is mask off even for fucking Sargon. Hold on. Dun 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 dun. Boop. No. Sorry, I'm just reporting Sargon's video. Do. Report. Do.
So we're just going to take CNN's word for this, and I tell you what, I'm not a big fan of taking CNN's word for this, but look at how flimsy this is. He responded to a thread started by another user back in 2018 with the subject line, would you let a jet black Congo N-word do LASIK eye surgery on you for 50% off? And it is his responding to this that they want that subject line there because that sounds bad.
Yes, Sargon! It does, doesn't it? And so is the response where he makes he insults Asian people. Are you fucking kidding, Sargon? Jesus Christ.
He didn't write it. And what did he say? I wouldn't get LASIK from an Asian for free, so no. So he just wouldn't get it from anyone for free. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding, Sargon? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not even, like, a charitable interpretation of what he said. That's a fucking ridiculous, blatant misreading of what he said. Fuck you, Sargon.
Okay, that doesn't sound very racist. The subject line wasn't censored on the forum, though, and so the very fact that he would post it, that's the verboten thing. He also wrote, black dudes staying inside, playing Call of Duty is probably one of the biggest factors keeping crime down. Well, okay. I mean, I really don't relish having to go to the FBI and get the crime statistics for, say...
Woo! Oh no, here come the literal white nationalist talking points. That's a double report. Holy hell. Jesus. That's a bad one. Yikerinos, Sargon. You're getting way too bold with this shit.
2018, but if we look at the race of the offender and then the race of the victim, it seems that a lot of African American men are killing each other, and I don't know what else to say other than there might well be some truth to the idea that if they have to stay home and play Call of Duty, then maybe there will be less violence on the streets. I mean, that doesn't seem to be an irrational or an untrue thing to say. It seems...
Sargon! Are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding me? You don't see what's racist about claiming that African American men being inside playing Call of Duty is causing the crime rate to drop. This is like literal white nationalist talking points. This is 1388 shit. This is fucking... What the heck is... Someone posted the thing here, too. I forget, it's a different number thing. My goodness. 1350. Thank you. That's what it is. Woo! Woo! 1450. Woo! Woo! Sargon. Woo!
There might be some reason behind that, as unpalatable as that might be for CNN. But on June the 24th, he said, honestly, given how tired black people always claim to be, maybe the real crisis is their lack of sleep. Oh no, how racist.
Yes. Yes. Unironically, yes, Sargon. Sargon has apparently gotten so deep down into his racist shithole internet, like, echo chamber that he is completely incapable of understanding actual racist remarks and why normal people see them as racist. Oh my goodness.
Or is it racist, though? Did he, in fact, instead of being racist, actually just cite a Vox.com article? Black Americans don't sleep...
Really, motherfucker? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Did you go and have to search this article to try and make excuses for this guy? How do you talk with that much white nationalist balls in your mouth, Sargon?
Sleep as well as white Americans. That's a problem. A bunch of outlets put up articles saying that there was a sleep divide, a racist sleep divide. So what is exactly wrong with that statement? I mean, it's no different to what Vox think.
What? He just said black people are tired. He was quoting a Vox article, clearly. No, Sargon. No. No. Did you even look at the group he was in? It's a group full of fucking people who post about racist shit constantly. This is not a community that's like, you know, we really care for the black community. Maybe we should talk about whether or not they're getting enough sleep. Have the economic shackles that we've put the working class in affected the African American community? No! That's not what the group is, Sargon! It is nice in here. Are you hearing this shit from Sargon?
No, I've been cleaning upstairs.
Oh, it's wild. He is literally this guy who works for Tucker Carlson got caught on a Facebook group where they were posting things like, hold on, let me... And Sargon's like, I don't see the issue. What's racist about this? It's wild. Yeah. Right? I'm fucking pissed. Because Sargon's normally more mask-on than this, but this is like bananas bad.
When you're done with that, you should go upstairs.
Okay, will do. Say hello, everyone, to Baja.
Hello.
A left-wing outlet that CNN is not trying
saying anything. I was just looking in shock.
to cancel.
Oh, yeah, you can read it here.
I don't feel like reading.
Yeah.
And then on June 26th, Neff wrote, that the only people who care about changing the name of the NFL's Washington Redskins are white libs and their university-educated pets. Okay, but is that not true as well? I mean...
No, it's not, Sargon. It would take me 5 seconds to go, Native Americans on Redskin name.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Thank you to Jousterzen for 5 bits says, Baja! Let's see. Did a poll really show that 9 in 10 Native Americans were not offended by the Washington Redskins name? Let's see. The poll was released by Washington Post in 2016, but there is added context since the poll was released. It's faced criticism from various Native American groups. Other organizations have done surveys of their own and have found different results. University of California, Berkeley study released in February 2020 questioned more than 1,000 people who self-identified as Native American. The results showed that 49% of respondents agreed or strongly agreed that the name was offensive. That number jumped to 67% for those frequently engaged in tribal culture practices. So there you go, Sargon, you fucking idiot.
I mean, honestly, again, the Washington Post, new poll finds 9 in 10 Native Americans aren't offended by the Redskins name. You may say, well, this is not very politically correct in the framing. It's like, okay, no, it's not, I agree. It's insensitive, but it's true according to left-wing sources or the official government.
Did you just call CNN a left-wing source?
Government statistics. So what do you want? Purely to tone police the guy. And this is...
I swear to God, if this were an alternate universe and there was, like, a team in the NFL named, like, the New Orleans Mammies, and it was, like, a really racist depiction of an African-American woman, Sargon would be going to bat for that shit. This universe is so absurd.
Assuming that they have even got the right guy. They got an anonymous tip from an email that CNN Business was able to positively identify by reviewing messages he'd posted over the years on the forum and then matching them up with publicly available information. So, assuming that there is no one else who fits this pattern of description, how long did this take CNN? Probably wasn't a 5-minute job. This probably took quite a bit of research. Why? Because he's kicking their asses. They are waging a form of war.
Sargon, what does it have to do with how much work it took to find it? The fact is, the news is he did it. Why do you not care?
It's Tucker Carlson. And so, Tucker Carlson, people...
We know why he doesn't care. It's because he is also racist. And I guarantee he says this shit behind closed doors, too. He, unfortunately, has the sense to have the mask on most of the time. This is, like, as bad as I've seen it slip in quite a while from him. But I guarantee behind closed doors and on anonymous internet forums, he goes full fucking Stormfront. I guarantee it.
I think there have been people who have been thinking, Christ, he's really putting out calls to action. He's become a proper firebrand. And you can see why. They're actually trying to take his livelihood away. They're trying to rob him of...
Oh no! A person who's incredibly racist and has probably a lot of money and property because they worked for Fox News is going to have to live off the rent that they're getting from the properties they probably own, or live off their capital gains. Oh my goodness me! What will they do? Why will such good racists being fired from their jobs? Sargon, no one's gonna shed a tear for racists losing their jobs for being racist other than other racists. So knock it off.
Of what he has earned, legitimately. He has done nothing wrong, he has just done his work, and he has been successful, and they hate it. Because their position is fundamentally wrong. I mean, we'll watch a few of the clips from Don Lemon's segment, just to finish up this video. It's really quite interesting. Since we're armed with the facts now, as CNN has failed to present them, let's see what Don Lemon and Oliver Darcy think about this.
Elder Kroll says, reminder that in debates with Jake, Carl intentionally dead-named Hannah, so what he says in private is probably bad. Oh yeah, I guarantee it. If I ever talk to Carl again, I guarantee he's gonna dead-name me to my face, because he thinks it's funny, and I guarantee he uses, like, T-slurs, N-slurs, everything, when other people aren't around. It's just... These people think that by not doing it out in the open, it doesn't show through with the things they talk about and the positions they hold, but it absolutely does.
The top writer for Fox News host Tucker Carlson has resigned from the network after a CNN investigation uncovered his racist and sexist comments on an online message board.
The comments may well be framed in a way that is...
Sargon! The fucking message board was racist! What don't you understand? The title of the thing he replied to was about, quote, Congo N-words. It's fucking sick. What do you not understand? You can't look at that and honestly say, well, oh, just a couple of the boys having a bit of fun. No. It's a sick, racist message board, Sargon.
It's not necessarily fit for public broadcasting, but they weren't publicly broadcast. You had to track these down. This was him doing this in his personal time. And he was
just being racist in his personal time. Can't I do a couple lynchings on the side without cancel culture coming after me? Oh, Sargon. Just like 2 days a week, get out of your echo chamber so you realize how fucking awful you sound. Because you're gonna get banned from YouTube. You're gonna get banned from YouTube with this shit. Dude Spanking Dude says, this might be sick, but I love mask-off Nazis and racists. It's fun to see someone not hide under levels of irony and tiptoeing it's right in your face, which is funny to laugh at, like they own up to it and don't fucking hide it. It's certainly easier to deal with, because most people see that shit and go, yeah, that person's a piece of shit, but... it's just so disheartening that there are legit people out here who think like this.
Wasn't actually being racist, was he?
He just said he wouldn't allow an Asian to do eye surgery. That's not racist. It is, Sargon. It is. And it was also within the context of a message board that's full of racist posts. Jesus.
Like, he was being factually accurate. He was saying things that were true.
He was saying things that were accurate, aka Sargon agrees with the fact that this guy is quoting literal Nazi statistics, implying towards them, rather. He didn't directly quote the 1480 thing, but he was pointing towards it, or 1450, sorry. And also talking about how he doesn't want people of certain races to give him eye surgery. Sargon. Stop.
And CNN can't stand it. But it's okay. World, by the way, these things are all offensive. You don't need to worry about them. There's nothing true to any of this at all.
Sargon, I almost feel like this is so mask off for Sargon. I'm wondering if he's in this group and he's very concerned someone's gonna find his account. Wouldn't that make so much sense? If he's in this group and he's like, oh no, the Tucker Carlson guy got caught. I might get caught. Oh, I better downplay this. Just saying.
CNN senior media reporter Oliver Darcy broke the story. He joins me now. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much. So tell us what you have learned about this ex-Tucker Carlson lead writer.
This doesn't look like anything other than one media company going after its competition, does it?
Sargon. He said what he said. They didn't make him say what he said. They just found it and reported on it. Now, is there probably some element of them being like, holy shit, there's gotta be some racist people on Tucker Carlson's staff. Let's see if we can find any. Sure, but that's competition. Aren't you a free market capitalist, Sargon? Isn't that part of the game? Is it not? They didn't make him say what he said. They reported on it. And it's not like they reported on it and said, like, he must be flogged at the stake. They just reported on what the guy said. And obviously, as every reasonable person understands, it's not okay what he said, nor was it okay for him to be posting in this racist message board. So, he resigned. Sargon, if there's nothing wrong with what he said, why did he resign? And why was he in a message board trying to post anonymously? If he thought nothing was wrong about it, wouldn't he just say this stuff? Interesting.
This doesn't look like anything other than predatory work. This isn't reporting news to people. Like, how is this important to a person's everyday?
How is discovering the source of your news news? I don't care if the person writing the news I like is a literal grand wizard of the KKK, as long as they say things I like. Sargon, it matters who's writing the news. I would expect the same if you, like, for instance, found out that a writer of CNN was doing some really fucked up thing. Like, if you want to talk about, for instance, was it CNN who gave the debate questions to Hillary Clinton? Something like that. Whatever. If an organization, no matter who it is behaving immorally and in a way unfit for those who are the arbiters of the news, then that in itself is news and should be reported on. The press should keep each other in check.
Life. This is nonsense, but it might be that CNN could leverage and find themselves with the power to cancel Tucker Carlson, or at least, again, chip away at the fringes of his empire, and so this is totally worth CNN's...
Oh my goodness, Tucker Carlson's empire! Oh, it's the fall of the British Empire all over again! Oh, what shall we do? The colonies are revolting!
Time.
Hey, Don. Yeah, Tucker Carlson's top writer, we found, had been posting on a message board under a pseudonym racist comments, sexist comments, frankly, comments that are too horrific to read on air to you, largely.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was. There was.
You could write them in the article. Why can't you say them?
Because it would be not great to say them out loud. They even censored them in the article. Please, Sargon, by all means, say them out loud without censoring them. I'd love for you to do that on YouTube. That would be a real easy ban.
Again, there was nothing there that was inaccurate or even that offensive.
Then say it. Then say it out loud, Sargon, in a video. Say it out loud without censoring it, and see how that works out for you.
Or really, that you couldn't just say. I mean, I felt that I can say them on YouTube, and YouTube is...
Say them. Say them uncensored.
Pretty censorious these days, so I don't think that that's fair, but what can you say? CNN is fake news.
They use very vulgar language.
Exposing my friends for being racist is Lugenpressen.
And it's just shocking to read. I think if viewers go and check it out on CNN.com, they'll be pretty stunned.
I was shocked. And again, let me tell you, I saw that headline on Reddit, but I didn't click on the article just because I don't ever pay attention to Tucker Carlson, so I was like, oh, one of his people was posting some racist shit. I thought it would be some Trump shit that, like, was a little, like, iffy. No, that was, like, some full fucked up, like, neo-Nazi dog whistling shit. No, 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 no. Sargon, get out of the echo chamber for a while and recognize that you are down a path that most people think is ridiculous. Daddy Sume with 10 bits says, hey Hannah, sorry to interrupt, but what do you think about the Warhammer setting, fantasy and 40k? Not familiar with it. I know it involves people with big ol' armor, and that's all I know about it. And I know there are orcs, and that orcs in 40k... their technology works because their collective belief in it makes it work, if I remember correctly. But those are the only bits of lore I know about 40k.
You're pretty stunned that you're a bunch of liars. He didn't say anything that's bad. Your quote, the main thing that you had was that
he only dog whistled about the 1450 meme. We mention it all the time on the Stormfront boards, and everyone has quite a giggle. Sargon, you don't get to quote neo-Nazi bullshit statistics that misinterpret what's going on, and then act like that's not what you're doing. This disavowal isn't gonna fly anymore. People can fact-check you like that these days. Not gonna happen.
The title of the thread that he was commenting in, and he didn't start that thread. That's the main offensive word that's used there.
1350, not 1450. I keep doing that. 1350, 1488. 1350, 1488.
But yes, Oliver, you're absolutely right. I am actually shocked that someone who works for Tucker Carlson is clearly a regular reader of Vox and the Washington Post. Disgusting.
But let's zoom back. What we're looking at here is the person that was helping to write the monologues of Tucker Carlson, which are seen by millions of people each night. He has the top-rated show on cable news, the top-rated show actually in cable history the last quarter. The person writing the monologue...
What is 1350? 1350 is a dog whistle that will be used by racists, which effectively points to an FBI statistic that the black community is purported to commit 50% of the violent crime in this country. Of course, completely ignoring the fact that poverty, which of course disproportionately affects minority communities in this country, is probably the cause of that. And on top of that, those communities are policed much harder in the first place. So it's a way to basically claim that minorities in this country are somehow inherently violent or evil. It's some sick shit. Like, this is what Sargon is saying is okay, for the record, in case you're not up on your dog whistles. That's what Sargon is saying is fine.
Helping Tucker Carlson shape those monologues, has been posting for years vulgar, racist, horrific comments on a secret message board.
Oh no! He was posting things that Oliver Darcy doesn't like on a secret message board.
Sargon, most people don't like this shit if they understand it.
I don't care. I just don't care.
We know you don't care, but you must care a little because you made a 15-minute video about the fact that he got caught. Are you concerned you're gonna get caught with your racist forum posts? That would be understandable. You already fucking tanked UKIP. All that's left is your own reputation among your chuddy fans. So it'd be fun to see you go full mask off and see what you've posted on message boards. And see how many people stick by you, including sponsors after that.
And nothing you dug up was bad. Like, you could say, oh, I don't like how he framed these, and sure, you don't. This is a total nothing burger. If
being legit mask-off racist is now a nothing burger, look at how far we've come, Sargon. You fucking asshat.
This is the best you have. This is incredibly weak, which is why they sound so incredibly weak. When Oliver does say, oh, this is vulgar. Oh, yeah, sure it is, Oliver. Sure, you've never said anything like that under a pseudonymous account.
Sargon, oh no, is Sargon so racist that he legitimately just thinks everyone else is too, and they're hiding it? No, Sargon, no, listen to me. Baby, please, listen. Listen. No, hun, no. If you're legitimately this fucking racist, it's not that everyone else is hiding it. You have a moral deficiency that you need to work on. So please don't move forward thinking, oh, I'm just being honest. No, it's not honesty. It's not that everyone else has an honesty issue. Everyone else is already being honest with their opinions. You have a racism issue that you need to address within yourself. Jesus.
On a message board, something like that, you'd never do something like that. No one else has ever done something like this.
And you know what? We don't know for sure if if this writer had actually written the monologues that the president has shared, but Trump does share a lot of Tucker Carlson's monologues, and according to this writer, he had recently told his alumni magazine that he writes everything that's in Tucker Carlson's teleprompter.
They just want to destroy Tucker Carlson.
I'm sure Tucker Carlson's show will continue, just with a different writer. Again, Sargon, this guy wasn't fired. He resigned. So even he recognizes what he did is so bad that he is tainting the network with his very presence at this point. So why do you feel the need to go to bat for this guy if you yourself do not have this sort of secret posting going on? I legit, and this is my tinfoil hat speculation for this episode, I think Sargon has posted many racist things anonymously or under a pseudonym, in a pseudonym other than Sargon, obviously. That's not his real name. His real name's Carl Benjamin, as everyone knows. He ran for UKIP in the UK. I imagine he has online posts with some real nasty stuff in there. And I would imagine, seeing this, he went, oh no, they can find our anonymous internet posts? Ooh, I better get the airbag ready in case this story drops that I've posted all this horrific stuff. And I don't know. I think it must have been a very careless thing the guy did to get caught posting in those anonymous boards, because outside of literally getting someone's internet history, it's probably pretty difficult to find that kind of thing. And I don't think Carl will ever get caught, because I think he's young enough to understand the internet and how to do things anonymously. But I do wonder if this story made Carl's butthole clench just a little bit when he realized, oh no, it's possible that someone can find your anonymous internet postings. And he thought back to all the things he'd posted in the last month and went, ooh, ho, 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 ho.
In order to get at Donald Trump, this is a partisan attack, nakedly so. So what? So what to any of these things? So what? I'm glad that Donald Trump shares them. I'm glad that Tucker Carlson's writing, his writers are writing sensible things. And I'm glad that they seem to have a firm grip on the facts. These are good things. These are all doubtless part of Tucker Carlson's continued success. No wonder you guys look so worried.
So I want to read one of the comments. You said some of them were too horrific, but one of the comments that you uncovered in your investigation on a post from this past June, okay, he wrote, "Black dudes staying inside playing Call of Duty is probably one of the biggest factors keeping crime down. That is bad enough, and then it got worse, correct?"
Not unless Vox.com and the Washington Post are also as bad. This is pathetic.
Inside playing comments. You said some of them were too horrific, but one of the comments that you uncovered in your investigation on a post from this past June, okay?
Hold on. I gotta get this moment, too. Report.
He wrote, "Black dudes staying inside playing Call of Duty is probably one of the biggest factors keeping crime down. That is bad enough, and then it got worse, correct?"
Not unless Vox.com and the Washington Post are also as bad. This is pathetic. I don't know. Fox should have given this guy a raise. Fox should have been like, no, screw you. Screw you. We're not letting this guy go. He didn't do anything wrong. We're not going to be pressured into this.
I do imagine that Fox does give raises based on how racist their commenters are, but they can't get caught doing it. They need to keep the mask on for advertisers' sake.
Screw you. Because that's how you defeat cancel culture. We all have to stand up and say, no, we don't care. We're not cooperating.
Elder Crolls said, sorry to distract from the trash, but can you use the English accent for a D&D character? Yeah, I do a D&D stream occasionally. It'll be back soon, hopefully, once we start getting back together in person. I'm not good with accents, though. I can do Carl very briefly, but it starts to slip into, like, Kiwi, and then it's not good. In fairness, I do Stan Irving, which is Australian, and I'm even worse at that, so...
With this social mafia that's going around.
Social mafia can't even post on Stormfront anymore without people getting all in a tizzy. Oh, Lionel, bring me my tea. Calms the humors. See, that slipped into like Southern Belle at the end there. Can't do it.
Ruining people's lives.
Stan Irving, yeah.
It got a lot.
Stan is like a parody takeoff of Steve Irwin in my D&D game. He is a hologram Fun fact.
Worst on. I mean, frankly, that's a disgusting comment, but if you go and look at the story, you'll see things again that we just can't repeat on air.
Yeah, you can. It was nowhere near that bad. Your mass...
Say it. Then say it on stream, Sargon, without censoring it. Because if you don't, then you're implicitly admitting that they are right.
Massively overblowing this. You are fake news. You goddamn liars. They basically mumble...
A live spot spoilers. Him being a hologram came out like 3 or 4 months ago. If you haven't watched it at this point, that's your fault. It's not something that is to come. That was revealed in the last episode of Live.
Through the same script going, oh yeah, it's so bad, it's so bad. And then they get to Tucker Carlson's monologues and they give you a selection of clips from his monologues. And I'm going to play them because there's nothing wrong with them at all.
This may be a lot of things, this moment we're living through, but it is definitely not about Black lives. And remember that when they come for you, and at this rate they will.
If you were to assemble a list, a hierarchy of concerns, of problems this country faces, where would white supremacy be on the list? Right up there with...
Sargon, you're showing a clip that illustrates the problem with a white supremacist being used as a head writer for a news program. They promote white nationalist talking points, you idiot.
Russia, probably. It's actually not a real problem in America. White supremacy, that's the problem. This is a hoax. Just like the Russia hoax. It's a conspiracy theory. In the year 2000, Hazleton's population was 2% Hispanic. Just 16 years later, Hazleton is majority Hispanic. That's a lot of change. How would you feel?
Oh my goodness. These aren't dog whistles, these are fucking bullhorns.
If that happened in your neighborhood?
You know, there are too many comments, Don, like that you know, you would, if you wanted to actually play that, you'd have to play hours of the comments where Tucker Carlson has ignited controversy for his discussions on race.
But what are they complaining about here? Like, what?
The fact that they're othering certain Americans who fall into racial groups outside of white people. And the fact that they're minimizing the threat of white nationalists, despite the fact that the FBI has said the most important terrorist organization in this country, the most dangerous, is not Islamic terrorists, it is white nationalist terrorism. These are facts, Sargon. And as our friend Ben likes to say, facts don't care about your feelings.
What did Tucker Carlson say that wasn't either true or reasonable?
This is the image I'd like to use if Sargon ever gets caught. Print screen that. If Sargon ever gets caught doing some really, really mask off, like, racist stuff online, or if they find his, like, Reddit account or whatever, this is the image I'd like everyone to use, because this is perfect.
These are everything he said there was perfectly true and perfectly reasonable. Genuine concerns that regular people have. And Tucker Carlson is actually...
Regular people are concerned about the demographic shift. We must preserve a future for our... No. Sargon, no. Who the fuck cares about the racial makeup of their community? Fuck off with this white nationalist horse shit.
Speaking to them. No wonder he's getting these kind of viewing figures. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. I mean, the thing I took away from that clip show was, okay, yeah, Tucker's basically been on track. I mean, I think some of those clips will go back to 2018. He's basically on the right track for quite some time as a patriot.
By patriot, he means white nationalist.
And he's lost a lot of weight. Good for him. Like, there have been genuine changes that have been affecting regular people, and they have real concerns. And Tucker Carlson is speaking to those real concerns. Not racist concerns, not white supremacy.
Let's see. What? Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. Hold on. Independent.news. Yeah. Remember when Carl was running for UKIP, and he said, that he... Oh, gosh. He wouldn't even RAPE someone that he was running against, I believe. Or no, it was just someone else. Hold on. Investigation into UKIP European election candidate who repeatedly made comments about RAPING-ing Labour MP Jess Phillips. He says, quote, I wouldn't even RAPE you. Jesus Christ. Sargon. Thank you to Rush Around 19 for following.
Supremacy or anything like this, just regular folks in the suburbs watching things change around them. It's a real concern. And like,
things are changing. Clearly, we must allow the police department to kill people I don't like.
He's right about white supremacy being effectively a hoax. Like, if you were to just...
Sargon. This would be like if a fucking alien came down, a lizard person came up to me and was like, just so you know, reptoids, fake news. You don't get to say it's a hoax, Sargon. You're part of the problem.
Ask the regular person, like in the black community, what their top priorities are, where the dangers lie. Where would they put white supremacists on that list? How many white supremacists do...
Let's see. FBI top terrorist threats. Domestic right-wing terrorist groups often adhere to the principles of racial supremacy and embrace anti-government, anti-regulatory beliefs. Generally, extremist right-wing groups engage in activity that is protected by constitutional guarantees of free speech and assembly. Law enforcement become involved when the volatile talk of these groups transgresses into unlawful action. On the national level, formal right-wing hate groups such as the National Alliance, the World Church of the Creator, and the Aryan Nations represent a continuing terrorist threat. Although efforts have been made by some extremist groups to reduce openly racist rhetoric in order to appeal to a broader segment of the population and to focus increased attention on anti-government sentiment, racism-based hatred remains an integral component of these groups' core orientations. Right-wing groups continue to represent a serious terrorist threat. 2 of the 7 planned acts of terrorism prevented in '99 were potentially large-scale, high-casualty attacks being planned by organized right-wing extremist groups. This is from the FBI. White nationalists are the #1 domestic terrorist threat in this country. And I know you're going to be like, oh, but Antifa used a bike lock sometime 5 years ago. Sargon, this is a fucking problem, and you help radicalize these people. And I think you know it. I'm not thinking I'm telling you anything you don't know. I just don't understand how you feel no fucking shame. It's so bizarre. Are you a sociopath? I really don't know. I don't get it.
Do they see in their daily lives? I mean, there are so many stories of people just being shot in the street in these communities, in Chicago and places like this. And it's horrendous. It's genuinely like a war zone. From the casual...
Again, here comes the fucking Chicago is a war zone comments. My city, Saginaw, in Michigan, has a higher per capita crime rate. I live in the city. I'm not concerned about it at all. I'm legit not. It's just not it's fine. I'm not concerned about it. Gang violence typically happens between gang members, not random people. Again, typically. I'm not saying gang violence isn't a problem in this country, but typically the solution to those problems are community outreach and ensuring that we have policies that make sure that communities with lower incomes are helped up via social safety nets and social programs, not to try and tell them to just stay away from you. That's what white nationalists do, Sargon.
Casualty figures. And you're just sat there going, yeah, but the white supremacists... So what white supremacists? Where are they? Where is this happening? What on earth are we supposed to do about them? Like, they appear to be people who exist on the internet. But of course, like all things, Tucker Carlson is guilty of the one thing of which we are all guilty: speaking. Speaking things that we think are true. We think are...
It's only an issue if what you're speaking is racist and white nationalist talking points. Which is why people don't like you, Sargon. So that's Sargon for the day. That's Sargon going to bat for literal white nationalists.